This is Neil North with Apptly Creative. I wanted to do a quick video on the recording setup I currently have at the moment to show exactly what I do, what I've learnt over the years, and hopefully show you something that you can benefit from as well. So the setup consists of two tables with 4 lights. So I have 2 of these umbrella soft lights. They're currently aimed through the umbrella to soften the light even more so that when it gets to the green screen over here, it's nice and even. I also have these 2 soft boxes. Only one of them works at the moment, but that's okay. I'm getting just enough light to do the videos. If we have a look at the screen itself, it's quite a cheap screen. I didn't have any clamps to hold it out straight, so I'm actually using just some wire and clips to do that. And at the bottom I just have some weights just to hold it out straight. Okay, and as we come over here, I have a laptop with a USB hub over here, a second screen up here so that I can monitor everything as I'm recording. I'm using a Logitech webcam up here. Good webcams for this sort of recording are actually pretty hard to find, so I've stuck with a Logitech cam. It isn't perfect, but it does the job for me. Now over here, connected via USB, I have my Behringer mixer. There's a Xenix QH1204, and it is a USB version. And with that, I have a Heil PR40. This is a very nice dynamic microphone, so once it's set up properly, I don't get a lot of background sound. It's really quite good, and it sounds just as good as a condenser microphone. So quite happy with that. Have a simple pop filter in front of it. Prior to having the Heil PR40, I was using this M-Audio producer microphone, and it sounds quite good. However, it also picks up a lot of background sound. Now, because it's a condenser microphone, you're speaking into this part here, not the top of the microphone. I see a lot of people using the wrong microphone technique, and it really doesn't do you any favours. It cheapens the quality of your audio. This dynamic mic, on the other hand, is an end-fire microphone, so you're talking into the top of it, and you want to only be a couple of, maybe only an inch away from the pop filter to get the best sound out of it. When you're using a mixer like this, it's also important to get your gain staging just right. You want your gain to be high enough that you can hear your voice crisply, but without having too much background sound. So it's important to adjust your gain to the right level, and then just use your volume slider to take it up and down from there. And some mixers like this one even have PFL mode, so you can experiment with the levels until you get it just right. And it'll be just right when you're just clipping into the orange zone but not into the red zone. So right now it's pretty good. Before I had the Behringer mixer, I was also using a M-Audio M-Track, which was okay, but with this particular microphone it just wasn't powerful enough. The mixer is just USB and you really need something a bit more powerful than that. When I first started recording videos, I used to have to do a lot of post-processing. I was recording the audio separately, the video separately, and the screen separately. So it took a lot of effort to then match everything up and get it all working in the end. So the setup I currently have, I want to be as live to tape as possible, so that what I'm recording is pretty much what I'm putting out there. And if I get a good recording run, I don't have to make any edits afterwards. So over here on the software side of it, I'm using Audio Hijack. And what that allows me to do is to take the audio from the mixer, add on effects. So I've got this denoising, increasing the volume, denoising, adjusting the bass and treble, then outputting to all of my sources. And one of those is Soundflower. Now what Soundflower allows me to do is set up custom channels so that I can send the audio to other applications. And the application I'm sending it to here is OBS. And this is what I'm actually using for my recording. So you can see there as I'm talking, the audio is getting picked up by the application. It's currently screen recording from this screen here. And I have some hotkeys set up to change the mode, so I can go with screen only. There's me in the big screen, me small screen, and me with a background image that I'm using to talk about in the course. So with 4 buttons there, I can switch around to however I want to record at the time. And you can see that the chroma keying is also happening in the background, so when I step inside the frame, you can't see the green screen behind me. It's just fully transparent. And you can see on this screen I'm actually in full screen mode. So that means that my bars are hidden. All that you're seeing is what I actually want to show you. And as I change that, it's coming across and being recorded as well. So by going with this setup, I'm able to record everything in the same file, and it's all very nice and neat. Now, it's not perfect. When I was originally doing these courses with the other microphone, I was able to have it off screen and you could still hear me okay. Whereas here, I've got to have the microphone in front of me, which is okay. It just means that it's going to be in the side all the time. And having this live setup also means that the quality overall is going to be a little lower, but that's okay as well. Just keeping in mind what the target audience is going to be. The first time I did a course, it was all 60 frames per second. The files were huge and it was very sharp and detailed. It looked great if I was going to put it out on, say, Blu-ray, but you don't really need that level of quality when you're just trying to make a course online. As long as the watchers will be able to see any code that you're writing or anything on screen that they need to be able to read, that's okay. And with frame rate, the lower the better, really, because people watching your course may not be on very good internet. So it's not great if your 2-minute video is going to take the 10 minutes to load each time they want to watch one of your videos. Okay, so that's some insight into the setup I'm currently using. Please feel free to ask any questions you might have. This setup is still a work in progress. I'm definitely no expert, but I'd be glad to share with you some of the things I've learnt so far. Now, I'll just leave you with a sample recording so that you can see the sort of quality that you get from this setup. As promised, this is the sample recording for this setup that I have. You should be able to see all of the text on the screen nice and clearly. Where possible, when working with code, you want to make the text bigger if you can. Some applications actually have shortcuts that allow you to make it bigger, so you can experiment with that as you wish. And of course, I have shortcuts to hide myself, show myself really big on the screen, and also small, and with an overlaying image as well. So I hope that gives you some insight into how to set up a home studio for recording courses online.